Welcome back to the Bryk Breakdown. I am Matt Bryk, your host. Episode 33 of the podcast. We are going into the 14th week of the NFL. We've been through 13 weeks. It's getting down to the wire. 5 games left in the regular season, and then we will head to playoffs. It's getting very exciting. Let's get right into the news. Al-Quadin Muhammad has been suspended 6 games for violating the PED policy of the NFL. He is on the Colts. I think he's a defensive end there, so he's suspended for 6 games. The Jets are starting Zach Wilson against the Texans on Sunday, which is interesting because they made him the third string quarterback, and now he's starting. Clearly that they're having quarterback problems in New York. Dawson Knox, the tight end for the Buffalo Bills, is designated to return from IR. Mason Crosby, who we've always known as being the Packers kicker, is now signing with the Los Angeles Rams. So that'll be interesting to see him in a Rams uniform. The Eagles signed Shaq Leonard, a.k.a. Darius Leonard. It was between Dallas and Philadelphia. After the brutal loss the Eagles had, I think Shaq Leonard realized that the Eagles need some linebacker help and decided to go with us. Especially he knew Sirianni back when he was with the Colts, so I think it was an easy decision for him. And hopefully, he can improve this defense after a brutal loss and can show Dallas what they missed out on Sunday night. The 49ers waived Tyrion Davis-Price. The Lions signed former defensive tackle Tyson Alualu. I don't think I said that right. Alualu. Well, that's what I'm going with. The Texans are signing former Jets safety Adrian Amos. Unfortunate news for the Jags. Not only did they lose Trevor Lawrence, he has a high ankle sprain. They don't think he needs tightrope surgery, which is better news. But Christian Kirk likely needs surgery after leaving the game very early on Monday Night Football. So hope the best to him. The Jets released Tim Boyle and signed Brett Rypien. So there's that for you. If Zach Wilson just does what he does and it's, 47, 48 to 10, maybe you put in Brett Rypien. Tank Dell, so frustrating, so unfortunate. This is just a huge loss for the NFL. He's been having such an amazing season. Tank Dell will miss the rest of the season due to an ankle injury. Not what everyone likes to see. I hope he gets better and is just as good as he has been for next season. Kenny Pickett also has a high ankle sprain and underwent surgery. I'm pretty sure Mitchell Trubisky went in at quarterback. I don't remember. But yeah, it's just frustrating. Hate to see players get hurt. And last but not least, Ramondre Stevenson also has a high ankle sprain and will miss some time, per Adam Schefter. Just sucks seeing so many players get hurt towards the end of the season. It's very frustrating to see. With that said, let's get right into the review of this past week, Week 13. The Cowboys beat Seattle 41-35 on Thursday Night Football. The Chargers won 6-0 against the Patriots. The Colts won 31-28 in overtime with a touchdown to Michael Pittman and beat the Titans. The Texans beat the Broncos, who have been completely hot right now, but the Texans beat them 22-17. Great win for them. The Lions were up 21-0. And of course, they made it interesting. They were able to come out on top 33-28 and beat the Saints. The Falcons beat the Jets 13-8. The Dolphins completely embarrassed the Commanders 45-15 and had a really neat, cool roller coaster celebration. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'm sure you can find it on Twitter or on YouTube, something like that. It was pretty cool. The Bucs beat the Panthers 21-18. The Eagles got punched in the mouth, like I said earlier, by the 49ers and lost 42-19. The Rams beat the Browns 36-19. And the Packers beat the Chiefs in Lambeau 27-19 after a controversial no call on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, everyone after that, not everyone. When I say everyone, I mean the media. The narrative was that there was a no call and how horrible is this no call, blah, blah, blah. That was the narrative of that game, that there was a no call on the DPI at the end of the game. That's what people are saying. They were calling that DPI. Okay, fine, whatever. What I wasn't seeing being covered enough in that within the media was the personal foul against Patrick Mahomes for the late hit, which was not a late hit. And I feel like no one's really talking about that. And I just don't think that's fair. They didn't rule that the right way, so why would they rule? I think, especially for it being the last play of the game and all of that, or one of the last plays of the game, you let them play, and the Packers won that game. They played a great game, so I don't think it was that atrocious and whatever. It's just they let them play, and that's just what it is. The Chiefs were getting bailed out anyway, and they didn't get the last call. It is what it is. Stop crying about it. Like it is what it is. And sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. It was one of the last plays of the game. You didn't get the call. Simple as that. Instead of, I'm not going to get into that. Whatever. That's it. That's my little rant. The Bengals came out on top in overtime against the Jags. The Bengals won 34-31. Jake Browning had a heck of a game, so congratulations to him. So yeah, that's the review of the Week 13 slate of games. Let's get into the DFS lineup of the week. This week's DFS lineup of the week starts with Jared Goff as the quarterback for 6,400. These are all DraftKings numbers for DFS. My running backs are Devin Singletary at 5,700 and Rachaad White for 6,800. My wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown for 8,200, Jordan Addison for 5,500, and Gabe Davis for 5,800. My tight end is Gerald Everett for 3,400, and my flex is Jerome Ford for 5,500. And my defense is the Bills defense at 2,500. I know they played the Chiefs this week, but I think that's a good deal for the Bills defense. All right, that's the DFS lineup of the week. Let's go right into the Week 14 predictions. The Cardinals and Commanders are on bye this week. I think this is the last bye week, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on that. But my predictions, my week-to-week predictions, I've been 117 and 76. That's 85.2%. My off-season predictions aren't doing as hot. They're 110 and 83, which is 76.3%. But my week-to-week has been hot, so I'm going to keep going and doing it. All right, so tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football, we have the Patriots in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers. The Bucks are in Atlanta against the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Bucks. Lions in Chicago against the Bears. I'm going to go with the Lions. That will be a close game. Will not be surprised if the Bears find a way to win. They were close on Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure it was when they played. But the Lions are a great team, so I'm going with the Lions. The Colts are in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Jake Browning just went crazy on what was that, Monday Night Football, so I'm going to go with the Bengals there. Where was I? The Jags are in Cleveland against the Browns. Unfortunately, you don't have Trevor Lawrence anymore, and you lost Christian Kirk. I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm hoping that DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, comes back, and I think the Browns win that game. The Panthers play the Saints in New Orleans. I'm going to go with the Saints. The Texans are in the Meadowlands against the Jets. I'm going to go with what? I totally said that wrong. I'm going to go with the Texans. I wrote down the Jets, but I'm going with the Texans. Okay, now I have that right. Okay, so go with the Texans there. Rams in Baltimore. I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they were on a bye week. Is that right? I don't know. I could be wrong. I want to say they were because I don't remember saying anything about the Ravens. Yeah, I think they were. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. The Vikings are in Las Vegas against the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Vikings. The Seahawks are in San Fran against the Niners. I'm going to go with the Niners. The Bills in Arrowhead against the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. That one will be close. Will not be. No, I think the Chiefs should win that game. But they've played each other a good amount, and I think the Bills have won the last one or two, from what I remember. So, maybe they just know how to beat them. I don't know. That'll be a good game, though. I'm excited to watch that game. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Broncos in Los Angeles against the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. That's another divisional game that'll be close. I just went with the Chargers. I don't know why. If you know me, I can't stand Brandon Staley. I think he's horrible. I think he'll get fired after this year or soon. But I just think that the Chargers are going to win this game. Sunday Night Football, my Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with my Eagles. Yes, I know that they lost brutally last week to the San Francisco 49ers, but this week is so vitally important for the Eagles because of playoff seeding. They're trying to get the 1 seed, and to win the division, you got to beat your divisional rivals. And to sweep the Cowboys, beat them twice this year, that would be huge, especially to beat them in Dallas. Especially after getting Shaq Leonard, and I think they're going to bounce back. I think they're just going to bounce back and beat Dallas this week. That's plain and simple. We have a doubleheader on Monday Night Football this week. For those who don't know, the Tennessee Titans are in Miami against the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Dolphins there, and the Green Bay Packers are in the Meadowlands against the Giants. I'm going to go with the Packers there. Okay. Quote of the day. I totally forgot about the quote of the day. That's on me. I apologize. Hold on. Forgot to write it down. Okay. Today's quote of the day is "Leadership is Influence" by John C. Maxwell. All right. That'll close it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Please like, subscribe, leave a review. Do everything you can to support this podcast if you really enjoyed it. You can follow the podcast at Bryk Breakdown on everything at BRYK Breakdown. You can follow my personal Twitter account, X, if you call it X, at BrykMatt, at BRYKMATT. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.